like a Friday night on the weekend. I feel blessed.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla if you're new, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 fragrances I would have to repurchase if I were to lose my whole collection. So I was originally tagged in this video by being Arlene Gloriously, and unfortunately YouTube does not always tell me when I get mentioned for some reason, so I apologize because she tagged me at this point over a week ago and I only seen it a couple of days ago. And I was also tagged in this video by my twin, Just Plain Jane, and Boho Guru did a video like this as well because Vicky tagged her as well. So there are plenty of videos out here, and it's so fun and unique to see like what perfumes we would absolutely have to have in our collection if we were to go ahead and start over. So I think this is really fun. I can't wait to show you guys my picks. You know, you probably won't be surprised by some of these, especially if you watch me. You probably already can guess like a couple of these that will be in here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this video. So the first perfume that I will go ahead and start my new collection out with is none other than Calvin Klein's Euphoria. So this fragrance right here is just a perfume that reminds me of my mom because this used to be like her signature fragrance. So for me having this in my collection, it just literally makes me think of her. And in particular, this would be a fragrance that she would pick up like every time we went to Disney or if we just went to Orlando. So this also gives me just fun and childhood vibes. Like every time I smell this, I smell her and it just makes me so happy. So this is like a deep like pomegranate type of fragrance, and it does have some woody mahogany in there. It also has some whipped cream at the base, which I would say don't let the whipped cream fool you because I have yet to smell it on my skin. I'm gonna try to pay attention the next time that I wear this to see if it actually, you know, comes out, but for the most part it's just like a sexy perfumey kind of sweet fragrance, and I love this. This is one that I usually like to pair with, y'all, I can't even think of what the name is right now. It's a Bath & Body Works fragrance. Once I figure it out, I'll go ahead and put it on the screen, but I love to pair it with that and other pomegranate scents as well. But this is just like, this is just that girl, especially like for going out purposes. She just smells absolutely amazing, and I will have to have her back in my collection. The other perfume that I actually don't even have in my collection right now, which I want to repurchase probably closer to the springtime, is the Chance by Chanel in the pink bottle. Okay, that is one of my all-time favorite perfumes. Like, I get so many compliments every single time I wear it. It is bright, it's floral, it has grapefruit in there. I've actually used up the original Chanel twice, and I've also used up the Dossier version that I had, which was floral grapefruit, which smelled very much spot on to the original Chance by Chanel. Like, I just love that fragrance so much. It is just, it's a surprising compliment getter. It's something that I thought was just, you know, just normal. I really liked it myself, but every single time I wore it, someone would tell me like how great I smelled. It was a fragrance that I actually wore when I used to go out because, of course, like I didn't have very many perfumes. So my Chanel was like reserved for special occasions, and these days I don't really reserve perfume for special occasions anymore. I wear whatever I want when I want. Even if I'm sitting in the house, I will go around smelling expensive in the house with nobody smelling me but the cat. So yeah, the Chance by Chanel, I have to go ahead and get her back in my collection, but that is the number 2 fragrance that I will go ahead and put back to start over. And these are really not in any particular order either. So another one that I would have to have, and this is like on its last leg, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this week, but this is YSL Black Opium. This is another fragrance that I feel like is a staple for me, especially like going out or trying to make a statement. It's just a deep, sexy vanilla. It just smells very just grown up. It smells expensive. This was a love at first sniff. Like, I had a sample of this and I immediately had to pick this up. It's just very unique. It's just very you know, sexy, deep, mysterious. Just, who is that girl? What is she wearing? It just reminds me of just wearing black, and you're just somewhere chilling off in the cut. Like, you know, you're kind of like the it girl. Like, nobody really knows you, but everybody knows you. They know about you, but they don't really know much about you, you know? Like, you kind of keep the mystery going when you have on YSL Black Opium. Especially an ode to my love of vanillas, YSL Black Opium would have to come. A new fave in my collection is Burberry Goddess, and she is one that I feel that I cannot live without at this point. So she would have to get back in my collection to go ahead and start over, because for one, I love how this has a spiciness to it because of the ginger, but it's not too much. I love the lavender in there because I personally am a lavender lover as well. But it also dries down to just like a deep, sexy vanilla, which I'm all about. Clearly, I'm all about a deep, sexy vanilla. This is another compliment getter. And it's something different. Like, I kind of feel like this fragrance transforms as it's on my skin. Because it does, like, even coming out the bottle, it smells nice and sweet. But I feel like once you actually spray it out, you get that spiciness and you get that lavender, and it's just something different. It's not like your typical run-of-the-mill vanillas. And I love to have like a complex fragrance that I love from beginning to end for different reasons, and Burberry Goddess is most certainly one. So another classic that I cannot live without no matter what. I need either some type of flanker or I need the original. So if I'm gonna go ahead and start over, I think I will go with the original because I feel like it's multifaceted and it can go with so many different things. This is none other than Viva La Juicy by Juicy Couture. I love this fragrance so much. Like, it's honestly crazy because this is a fragrance that I feel like people will call basic, but there is just something about this DNA that I can never get enough of. I'm so obsessed. I love all the flankers. I love the Juicy Couture Gold Couture. I love the Juicy Couture Gold Noir. Or is it just Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Noir? I don't know. But I love both of those. I love this. I love my Le Bubbly. I love my Sucre. I just love Juicy Couture fragrances, period. But this one right here is the one that just like popped it off for me, because this is like the quintessential Juicy Couture DNA. So this is one that has caramel, it has praline, it has berries. Like, the berries at the top just, I mean, automatically just kick off this fragrance for me. And I do feel like even though the caramel is listed as a base note, I can smell them in unison together when I smell this perfume for the first time. Like, when it first comes out the bottle, when it first sprays on my skin, I feel like it's a syrupy, sticky concoction of berries and just sticky caramel as well. The praline gives it a nice like crunchy feel to it, and it also has a couple of floral notes. It has jasmine, gardenia, and honeysuckle as well, so it makes it just a little bit, you know, not so much just completely gourmand, but gourmand enough for the gourmand lovers like myself to pretty much appreciate this. This is just very feminine. It's very sexy. This is one that I do also get compliments from the opposite sex from a lot, and I feel like I attract people when I wear this fragrance. So I love this. This is why I have the big bottle. She will always have a place in my collection. So next, of course, this is my favorite perfume of all time. It's actually an EDT, but I'm still called a perfume, and that's none other than Pink Sugar. Yes, you can say what you want about my girl, but I love her forever. Like, Pink Sugar is my bae for life. Like, Pink Sugar is one of the perfumes that really introduced me into the fragrance world at all. I love it. I mean, this is a fragrance that makes me just entirely so happy. So I tell this story all the time, but when I was first introduced to Pink Sugar, it was actually from a roller ball from the beauty supply store, and I didn't even know that Pink Sugar was a real perfume until much later in life. But this is something that projects so heavily off of my skin. I always get compliments on this, especially from men. I don't know what it is about men and Pink Sugar, but this is my #1 compliment getter in my whole collection. Yes, it's cheap. Yes, some people don't like the licorice note in there. Yes, some people feel like it smells like burnt caramel or burnt sugar, but it just smells cotton candy sweet on me. It's something that just gives me so much nostalgia. It gives me so much happiness and joy. And this is a fragrance that I will always repurchase no matter what. I will never ever get tired of this, and I will always have to have this in my collection. The next perfume that I would have to have in my collection, only because she just matches so well with vanilla fragrances, and this is another one of my top compliment getting combos. Tease Candy Noir from Victoria's Secret. And if I pair this with any type of vanilla, guaranteed to turn heads and get compliments and ask what I'm wearing. This is just like one of my all-time favorites. I didn't even like this fragrance at first. It just smells so good. It smells like a sweeter version of Into the Night. Like, there's something about this that's a little bit sweeter than Into the Night, and it's a little bit more adult, if that's even possible, because Into the Night is already a sexy fragrance, even though it is basically, you know, a fragrance mist. But this is just it right here. Like, this lingers on my skin. It doesn't matter if I use the bath salts, it will linger on my skin. It will stick to my skin. And this is another fragrance that just brings me joy and happiness. And if I had to restart everything, best believe she is going to come with me. Like, this is a raspberry sexy perfumey fragrance. Have to have her. The next fragrance is something that's more for like an everyday wear in my opinion, but I need to have something that I can wear every single day. So if I go back to when I only had like 5 perfumes, that was not a problem for me, because I had like different types of perfumes for different occasions. And I feel like I am just like I'm kind of, I won't say like I'm a simple girl, but I'm more easy to please in the perfume world than maybe some people might be. So Ari by Ariana Grande would definitely have to come back in my collection, because for one, she's affordable, she's readily available, she's always somewhere to go ahead and pick up. I don't have to hunt for it, I don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it, and it's still a beautiful fragrance that so many people enjoy. And it's something that you can layer with so many different things. This is another one that's just a very easy reach, and sometimes I just need an easy reach. So this is a raspberry marshmallow musky perfume, and the musk is not too much honestly at all, because this is something that I would really consider something just, you know, very dainty, very pretty. It just kind of gives me like doily or lacy vibes, like very pink and just like you know, you're just going on a spring picnic or something. That's the type of feeling that Ari by Ariana Grande gives me, and I need to always have her in my collection. Next is another perfume that I love. This is also an EDT, but like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and say perfume. This is Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. So of course I'm a gourmand girl, and I need my gourmands on deck. Like, even if I lost all my perfumes, I need to have something in here that is going to make me smell edible, because I just always want to smell edible. So this is just a sexy coconut cream, vanilla, caramel type of fragrance. Very warm, very inviting, very syrupy, very dense. And it does also start off with a bright citrus note, so it definitely, you know, gives you some brightness to uplift you, but then it just kind of melts down into your skin and gives you like a, not necessarily the scent note amber, but like the color amber is what I think of when I think of this fragrance. I think of something just like creamy but also crunchy at the same time, just a nice, just gourmand treat. And this is like, if I'm starting over, Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere, she is going to be my top gourmand pick to have in my collection. And last but not least, this is one of my pride and joys. So this is my Attrape Rive by Louis Vuitton. This was one of my dream perfumes, and I'm always so happy to have it in my collection. I always can't believe that I have it, and even to this day, this is my most expensive perfume that I have in my collection, because like I tell you guys all the time, you know, my perfume collection is more of a simple, it's more of a simple nature, but I really love everything that I have because everything speaks to me in different ways. This is one that I would put in the family of this Victoria's Secret Tease Candy Noir, and probably also like this Calvin Klein Euphoria. Now I do have 3 fragrances in here that are kind of the same scent family in my opinion, but I love that type of scent profile. I love something deep, and this has a little bit extra to it because it has patchouli in there, and you guys know how I feel about a good patchouli note. This also has a cocoa note in there, like another multifaceted, just beautiful perfume. It has lychee. This is just so beautifully done. It's so well blended. It's not offensive. This is something else that lingers for hours. It smells great. This is a compliment getter. And you know, if I was, you know, struggling to start my perfume collection over, I would probably save this for last, but best believe I would save up my money to get this back, because this is like one of my all-time favorites. Ever since I sampled this perfume, like I had bought a purse and they gave me a sample of this, and I was just obsessed with it from then on out. Like I couldn't bring myself to spend that money on a perfume, but it's like eventually it had to get in my collection. Like I had to have this. This is just like my pride and joy. Like, I'm just so excited and so happy every time I pull this perfume out. And of course you can see the dent in this. It's not a huge dent because, like I said, this is a $300 perfume, but I did get this last Christmas, and she is very well loved, very well appreciated as well. Those are the 10 perfumes that I would start over my perfume collection with. Hopefully, fingers crossed that never happens, but if I only had these 10 perfumes, I would not be upset at all, because I'd be grateful that I had any perfumes to use, because my collection used to never be as large as it is right now. I used to only have 5 perfumes, and before that I only had a couple, and I was happy with those. I was, you know, very grateful to have any perfumes. I was very grateful for what I had, and I just felt really good about actually having real perfumes in the first place. So this was such a fun video. Thank you ladies so much for tagging me. I don't even know who else I would tag in this, but if you see this video and you want to do it, just go ahead and do it and tag me in it and let me know that you did it so I can share it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.